Hello. Hello. Children, you can go to children's church with Miss Connie.
My whole day hinges on how good you guys are. So.
Tom said, please be good so that Connie's good to him later.
Right.
It's already off to a bad start, dude. They don't know how to open the door. All right, so thank you. There's a handful of you here. Let's just go on and tell Facebook what the reality is. There's a handful of people here today, Facebook, because when it rains in Tallahassee, folks got to stay home. They scared they're going to get wet. They scared they're going to melt. And I don't know what else. Well, people in this town really can't drive in the rain. That might be part of it. And then we have some people that were away for other scheduled things. But the people that are here, it don't matter.
That's right.
So what the Bible say? How many got to be together?
Two or more.
Two or more. Two or three. You can say two or three. She can say two or more. It's good either way. Two or. So you're good. We're good.
Good.
Holy can show up and show out no matter how many of us are here anyway. So basically we should just say, Holy, come on. Do your thing. Don't worry about what stupid things Christy says. Don't worry about how many times Kay almost threw the drumstick at her. Just Holy, do your thing and the rest of it will fall into place. So today's topic is push it. I wish Kay was still on the drums. Because basically I'm going to push us today. I'm going to push us to think about some things. So in Mark, for those following along, Mark chapter 5, verse 21. After Jesus crossed over by boat, a large crowd met him at the seaside. One of the meeting place leaders named Jairus, we're going to call Jared now. Jared. When he saw Jesus, he fell to his knees beside himself as he begged. My dear daughter is at death's door. Come and lay hands on her so she will get well and live. Live. That was the southern thing, I guess. Jesus went with him, the whole crowd tagging along, pushing and jostling him. A woman who had suffered a condition of hemorrhaging for 12 years, a long succession of physicians had treated her and treated her badly, taking all of her money and leaving her worse off than before, had heard about Jesus. She slipped in from behind and touched his robe. She was thinking to herself, if I can put a finger on his robe, I can get well. The moment she did it, the flow of blood dried up. She could feel the change and knew her plague was over and done with. At the same moment, Jesus felt the energy discharging from him. He turned around to the crowd and asked, who touched me? His disciples said, what are you talking about? With a crowd this big, pushing and shoving, you're going to ask who touched me? Dozens have touched you. But he went on asking, looking around to see who had done it. The woman, knowing what had happened, knowing she was the one, stepped up in fear and trembling, knelt before him and gave him the whole story. Jesus said to her, daughter, you took a risk of faith, and now you're healed and whole. Live well, live blessed, be healed. While he was still talking, some people came from Jared's house and told him, your daughter's dead. Why bother the teacher anymore? Jesus overheard what they were talking about and said to the leader, don't listen to them, just trust me. It goes on to talk about how when Jesus gets to Jared's house, he goes in, he makes everybody else stay outside. He only takes a select few in there with him. And he looks at the girl laying there and he says, little one, get up and walk. Get up. Get up. Jesus like to walk around telling people to get up. What's significant about this portion of scripture? First of all, we're in Mark again, and y'all know how I feel about Mark. Mark's the best. Why? It's this big. If you ain't never tried to jump in and figure out who Jesus is, jump in there because it's short. You'll get a good view. It's also more action-packed. Like Mark goes straight to this is what happened. This is what Jesus did. Mark also rushes to make a point of showing us that Jesus was all about the people. Every story that Mark feels is significant has to do with Jesus and groups of people. So even before we get to chapter 5, Jesus has already done a whole bunch of stuff. But we get to chapter 5 and we have two people. Different scenarios. Jared Guess what he was? He was a synagogue leader. What does that mean? That means he was kind of privileged, kind of powerful. He had position, right? He had status. He was one of the dudes. Then there was the woman, who we never even get a name for. And the woman's just a part of the crowd. The woman is a part of the marginalized community. Why? Because back in the day, let's go and have us a real quick history lesson. Women were property, basically. That's why Jared was the one that was coming to say, come heal my daughter. It was his place as her father to do the speaking for her. So Jared comes to Jesus and says, heal my daughter. Jesus, okay, yeah, we can do that. But in the meantime, little girl don't know about, little woman that nobody knows the name of, comes up and says, tag. And as soon as she did it, what happened? Her issue's gone. Like that, right? So I know, because I know you, some of us go, science says that cannot happen. Okay. Just, again, roll with it. Miracles do happen, did happen, still happen.
Amen.
But so our two pictures are different pictures. We have power, we have strength, we have status, we have privilege, and then we have this woman. All alone. Nobody's speaking for her. But she didn't dare to step up to Jesus face to face. Why? Some people say it's because, she knew her place. Wrong answer. I believe that woman knew something that we tend to forget. It doesn't matter where we stand around holy, in holy, next to holy. What matters is our trust in holy. It matters if we continue to say, if I can just tippy-toe, fingernail touch, my life will change. And that was what she did. She pushed through this crowd. And y'all, come on. If a celebrity was in Tallahassee today, you know what would happen? We would probably block Monroe Street. There'd be people everywhere. And if I go tiptoe up to the celebrity and go, I bet you the celebrity ain't gonna know I touched them. But get this, Holy knows. Holy knows when you're there. Holy knows when you've done called out. Holy knows when you have pushed in and said, hey, ain't nothing else working. I'm going to need you to work. Holy knows and recognizes when you take that leap of faith and go, nothing else, only you do it.
That's right.
And when you do that, something happens. Now, Jesus spun around and said, who touched me? Which also made me think of another song from back in the day, MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. But that wasn't Jesus' message. Jesus turned around and wanted to know who it was. Why did Jesus want to know? First of all, dude, you Jesus. And there's like all these people. So why do you care? Just whoever touched me, be healed, we on our way. Why you got to stop and talk about it? Because Jesus had to draw attention to something. Jesus needed them to see. I don't care what class you come from. I don't care if you're the leader of the synagogue or if you're just a woman that sits at home and cooks bread and does whatever women did back then. I don't really know. He didn't care. He didn't care where you were at in the social structure. What he cared about was, do you have faith? That's what he wanted to bring her to the front for. He wanted everybody to go, look, she didn't have to get in my face. She said, if I can just touch him, I'm going to be whole. And she did it. That was faith. Then when the others come, go, leave him alone, your daughter's dead. What did he say? Dude, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Do what? Trust me. Trust me. If I'm telling you that I will go and she will get up, she will get up. Don't listen to them. See, what we like to do is we like to listen to everybody and their mama. Everybody and their mama can tell us their opinion about our life, our problems, how they would live it. And as our last resort, so God, what you think about this? Instead of at the very beginning going, I'm going to push through this crowd of naysayers. I'm going to push past these people that tell me I can't and go up here and go, let me just touch holy and see what happens. Have any of you ever touched holy? Oh, bless. Yes, y'all have. Here's how I know.
We try.
See, when you're sitting there and you're just loving people, that touches holy. When you're sitting there and you feel like you all broken and you ain't got nothing to give the world, that also touches holy. It's not a physical, let me come up and, it's not that. It's a open heart. It's open minds. It's open eyes. It's open the eyes of my heart. Let me see the way you see. Let me trust you. Let me do this. Show me how to do this. That's what it is. The little woman, it didn't matter how many people was between her and the hem of that robe. She was getting to it. Some of us, we get an obstacle in front of us and we just, I'm just going to go sit right here and y'all tell me when the parade passes and then I'll get up. Y'all tell me when the crowd out my way and then I'll get up and go walk and see if I can talk to Jesus. Or we're in a situation like Jared's daughter. We don't have the ability to speak for ourselves, we think, and we want somebody else to go do it. Thankfully, Jared did go do the talking, right? Thankfully, Jared had that position in that community that gave him that ability to go, yo, dude, you gonna go to my house now, okay? Thankfully. But we get trapped. We get trapped on waiting on other people to speak, or we get trapped waiting for the crowd to go away. Why? Because y'all are introverted bunch of folk and y'all don't want nobody looking at y'all. Y'all don't want nobody talking to y'all. Y'all, Holy, can you just meet me in the alley where ain't nobody at? I don't like it when people try to watch me. And Holy says, fine, come on, let's go to the alley. It's about pushing through all of that, though. It's not about who's around you. It's not about what they're saying. It's not about what they're doing. It's about you. And it's about your faith. Her faith healed her. That's what Jesus wanted to bring to light. He said loud enough for all the crowd to hear. You're blessed because you took a risk of faith and now you're healed. What was the lesson? It was that. Believe, trust, have faith. Know that I'm going to show up. That was the message. So then when they're like, dude, your daughter's dead, leave Jesus alone. Jesus like, y'all ain't heard a dang thing I said, have you? Come on, boy, let's go see about your youngin'. And then what? Jared's faith also resulted in holy action. Jared believed that if he could get to Jesus and Jesus could get to his daughter, she would be whole. In both stories, that faith is rewarded. Holy showed up and showed out for both. Didn't matter that one was here on the ladder and one was here on the ladder. Didn't matter. So it doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter who you are. The love of Holy can find you. The love of Holy is waiting and wanting you to reach out and to push through all of the junk you might have to push through. Because some of us, Holy could come sit on our lap and we wouldn't know it. Why? Because we're so obsessed with, oh, the world is such a horrible, horrible place. There's nothing I can do. It's so much bigger than me. Well, yeah, it's bigger than you, but Holy's bigger than the world.
That's right.
What you waiting on? You ain't got to be poor, pitiful, pathetic. You ain't got to be Superman either. You just have to be like the woman and like Jared. You have to show that you have this faith. And that this faith says that you know that if you trust Holy, that it'll happen.
That's right.
You might not know the plan. She ain't know the plan. She didn't know if she touched him, she would instantly be healed. She just knew something would happen. Jared didn't know that daughter would just be instantly awake and good to go. He just knew something would happen. You ain't got to know all the pieces of the puzzle. You ain't got to know all the parts of the plan. You just have to trust Holy to get you through the plan. I spit on you, so sorry. You got to trust Holy to be your windshield wiper when the preacher gets going. You got to trust Holy. That's what it's all about. You can't get stuck going, well, Holy, Holy don't know nothing about me. I'm just little old me in this crowd of people. And Holy's going, where's your faith? Just show me. Why? Can't Holy just show up even if we don't show any faith? Yeah? Yeah, Holy can show up no matter what. But let's think about it as just, as stupid humans. If me and you were going to hook up, right? We're going to start dating. Is it going to be any fun if you the one always doing the pursuing? If you the one always writing the love note? If you the one always texting the little love emojis? I'm going to talk to Tom. He might know more about it. Is it fun if it's all coming from one side? Sometimes it feels good to have the other person go, babe, I love you. Right? It feels good to have somebody go, God, you look really good today. So maybe. Because, we're sort of sexualizing Holy a little bit. But maybe Holy's the same way. Maybe Holy's like, yep, I'm going to love you and chase you because that's what I'm going to do. But every now and then it'd be mighty fine if you would go, I just got to touch Holy. I just got to check in with Holy first and the crowd second. Or maybe not the crowd at all. Crowds can lead you wrong. Trust me. You can go to the wrong way quick like. But it's all about that faith. It's all about saying, Holy, no matter what, no matter who the people, no matter who the voices, no matter how loud they get, I believe you. You said I can be whole. I believe you. You said I can be healed. I believe you. You said this church would grow. I'm going to believe you. You said Tallahassee can change. I'm going to believe you. You said great things are coming for Christy Temples. I'm going to believe you. You said great things are coming for this church. I'm going to believe you. I don't care what the other people say. I don't care about anybody that looks at us and go, oh, they teeny tiny. What can they do? Well, let me tell you what we can do.
That's right.
Don't try me.
Big things come small.
Because here's what we can do. We can call on Holy. And I don't know if y'all called on, but there's something that happens in this little bitty space when Holy shows up. Number one, it feels very crowded. No matter how many bodies are in the room.
That's right.
And there's something that happens here. Like, I don't know if it works the same for each person. But here, I find it very easy to love people that had aggravated me right before the church started. When Holy shows up, I find that I'm not as annoyed. When Holy shows up, I find that I'm encouraged. When Holy shows up, I find that I'm very hopeful. I find that I'm not scared. I'm not scared about what comes next. I'm not scared about the government. I'm not scared about any of it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, hey, you know what? Every time I say, Holy, please, Holy says, I'm a-coming.
That's right.
So I'm going to trust. And I'm going to be like the lady, and I'm going to push through the crowd, and I'm going to touch the hem, and I'm going to say, because you said I'm healed. Because you said Thrive's going to do great things, Thrive's going to do great things. Because you said K-Dale going to beat the mess out of them drums, K-Dale going to do that. Every person in this room and in the kids' room, Holy has said, you're going to do and you're going to be. We're the ones that then got scared and went and sat down and let the crowd swarm us. Crowd being the negative thoughts, the negative energy, sometimes the negative talk you would hear other people saying. And Holy's going, that ain't what I called you to. This is what I called you to. They can say whatever they want to say, but I say you're healed. I say you're whole. And I say there ain't nothing that we can't do if we keep doing it together and pushing it real good. And all the people said, Amen.